4v3.
Everfrog Esports trying to find what angle they can, trying to find somebody out of position.
We're gonna go through on this. Oh, what a wall. We're gonna take flag. See White gonna go in.
It's going to be a really, really interesting one.
Oh my god. All of this competition could be so damn close, so I cannot wait for us to finally decide who's going to be the champion. We are expecting some chaos, some great moments.
Beast Mode has killed 3. Only gonna really need that rampage, so it's gonna clear it out. Santi gonna get themselves a big old 4K. Oh, Santi's getting rid of 3, clearing out the house.
That is crazy.
Nunji actually kills 3 people.
This team feels entirely different on this faster composition. Now it's before he's hanging around, getting onto the high ground. Post bomb's gonna stick on the Leaky. They're not gonna be able to survive it at the end of the day. They need to find a 3K.
Rio shoving this Lana into a corner. Woo! One more for the road for Rio.
That is all signs go. Melophobia with 3 Melophobia. Start the fight. They'll end the fight. Oh my god. Beagle Bus, they have to play aggressively into this energy. Popping off in a moment where you needed just that. Ruby in that backline. Oh, the flick. Looking for it. Oh my goodness. The 4th one as well. Do they get the ace? They get the ace.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once more to the CGL playoffs. It has been a long couple of weeks here. A lot of our divisions coming down to the absolute wire right now. And one of those divisions right here in front of us. Thank y'all for joining us very much. Myself, Hunter Dane, joined of course by the EU legend himself, Spectrion. We got a game here today between Smelvin Industries and WBZ Dream Eaters. Lower bracket match. This is going to be for a spot in those lower finals. So whoever loses here drops out in that top 4 position.
Yeah, and you'd really expect both teams to be continuing through, right? Both incredibly storied teams in CGL. Both have they made strong runs through the lower bracket, right? I mean, I think they've dropped 3 maps combined in their 4 games so far. So they're both on a bit of a warpath, but unfortunately one of those will end here in an attempt to qualify for that losers bracket final. The face-up against MSU to reach Aura Farmers in those grands and have a rematch. It's one of the strongest teams here in the EU Open division. Gotta say, maybe I might be a little bit biased this game. A couple of the WBZ members I was able to meet in DreamHack, but I don't know. We'll see if the time Smelvin spent at home, I assume, playing the game helps them get something of an edge here.
Yeah, we'll definitely see the case. Obviously going to get things started here pretty soon as Lijiang Tower is going to be our first selection out the gate here. No shocker whatsoever. It's just been the go-to for a lot of teams. Nothing crazy going on here. But what might be not necessarily crazy as well is our ban situation, Spectrion, as honestly, as we'll show momentarily, these are some very reasonable bans for Lijiang.
Not exactly what comes to mind, Reaper, BAP, but like they're not terrible. I guess we're kind of focusing around Control Center, Heavy Brawl stuff being really tough. Obviously, what we saw of at DreamHack was lots of Symmetra, lots of Mei, lots of Kiri Lucio. So targeting exactly what we'd expect. But again, these aren't uncommon picks as well. So we do expect to see both teams running out on some relatively normal stuff. Speaking of both teams, Smelvin Industries, the ones up first, they're the ones we can take a gander at. And it's going to be Will, Maury, Adam, Seb, and Robbie Hash. Not too many achievements outside of CGL, if I'm not much mistaken, but they've been here a damn long time. They've been a unit a damn long time, and that synergy you will absolutely be able to see in the server.
At 100%, but of course their opponents, nothing to look down upon. Still a very strong squad, hoping to get through to that top 3. You have Julia and Kwayu over on DPS, Chinese Dino on tank, and Naf the Catboy and Natnif on support. And this, I mean, we're familiar with so many of these players throughout the last however many seasons of CGL. They have all been around the block. They have all been in these high-pressure situations. Should have everything up to snuff here. I expect the most out of these teams. And the way things have been going lately with our stream games in CGL, they have been map 5 banger after map 5 banger. And hey, this could be the same case here.
Yeah, I mean, I got to hang out with Chinese dinos and a Max Burger. Natnif was plagued the entire land, but, still got to see a little bit of him. And, I mean, Senna, or Julia, as the username may be, a known quantity, right, in the tier 2-ish space. So, incredibly impactful. And probably the danger woman in the lobby right now. Somebody you absolutely have to pay attention to, else you might just wipe out your whole team. Starting here on Lijiang Market, of course. The comps played already. The Orisa, interesting, because Orisa not touched whatsoever in a DreamHacks.com. WBZ Dream Eaters on a pretty funky composition. The double flex does work and does suit their playstyles, with Naf, the Catboy, and Natnif both being more on that main support, or that flex support rather, style of play. KO, curious to see if they stick on this Sinetro, or whether it's going to swap over to their more consistent Tracer, Genji, Pharah picks, and the Tracer locked in.
100%. Likely going to be, both teams more than happy to stay out here in the open momentarily. At the end of the day, Will, Julia, both want to be able to get their shots in, try to restabilize, but you're seeing transition over to the point. Adam caught out really early, though. Robbie has rough situation, and all you can do at this point if you're Smelvin Industries is try to slowly back around, but they're already a bit separated right now. If you're Dream Eaters, you have an ability to collapse in, but for the time being, it looks like they should be able to stabilize after getting rid of Will. Julia, nice shot, as Dream Eaters should be able to cap the point first. I
mean, realistically, if you're Will, you split from your team, it's probably worth just looking for a reset after that already. I mean, we're seeing Hitscan incredibly strong right now. When you got a Hitscan player like Senna on your team, I mean, Smelvin Industries have to be scared. They've been first picked twice. As they attempt another walk, they have to make sure they can square up to the plate this time while still alive.
100%. Trying to re-engage right here. Or you're going to put a little pressure on the back of the point for your attack, but Will, again, going to be down. Robbie Hash, thankfully, does have to make a health pack, but it's only going to cost temporary relief as he's being drilled into the corner. Julia looking for the kill shot right now. Eventually going to compile in, get speared away. At the end of the day, Robbie Hash still ends up going down, and, I mean, Smelvin just struggling to get off the choke.
Yeah, I think part of it is being on that Orisa, who, whilst great at extended poke, isn't so fantastic at closing down space. And every time Robbie Hash tries to walk, it's a very, very labored endeavor. I also think that part of it is we're just being too slow with it. We need to heavily commit to these types of rotates, otherwise you're going to get picked up once again.
Yeah, you consider Rush activated right here. Or still has the Terra Surge at the ready. Of course, counter could send a Rush. Point slowly beginning to flip over here for Smelvin Industries still again. As a touch coming through here, Julia gonna be the sacrificial lamb to get the initial touch to keep things going, but eventually gonna be given up at 61%. Tennis now still does have the annihilation, but of course, too far gone at this point. Reset be able to come through here as a couple of late pickoffs come through.
And these are very late pickoffs. Nat and Kaya really should have been looking for a reset, but unfortunately, not going to be able to find it. So, yeah, a free 20% or so if you are Smelvin Industries, a necessary flip. And this time you need to look how to find some value out of this OC because you're playing against one of the best. No chance even.
Yeah, you said it yourself right there. Already taking care of Will. Hoping to find one more to have this fight pretty much shut down entirely. See a hunt down to that backline. Adam does have the beat around the corner, but with Mori down, it feels like there's going to be no point here momentarily. You might throw in one more if you're Robbie Hasher with this Terra Surge, and yeah, there will come a cleanse perfectly in time right there from Natnif. Does die for pulling that off, but it does create another chance to be able to come back into this one, beat being expended. Adam on the outside looking for a potential boop. Is it a 2v1 situation? Not the most favorable thing. Robbie Hash, though, there to help out, make it a second one. We are seeing some stabilization, and somehow, some way, Smelvin Industries hangs on.
I mean, terrified, realistically, watching Adam just full send it towards the remaining Dream Eaters members on heal aura, not even speed, but is able to get away with his life, not able to find the final blow, of course, but the fight win is garnered. Lead, of course, in the favor of Smelvin Industries, and now a lead on that Kitsune Rush is what they should be using for an aggressive hit here.
Yeah, 100%. Tennis Nano is going to have this annihilation, though. No beat to be able to respond to it, though, so you gotta be very careful if you are Smelvin in this situation. Robbie Hash already losing a lot here, and already, Huayu being taken down. You see the aggression coming through, but it's final fight. Tennis Nano has to go for it. Managed to get rid of Adam. Needs to try to find one more here, even things out, but Robbie Hash getting all the heals in the world. About to have this Terra Surge online. It's just a mad dash at the point. Terra Surge does come out, doesn't get a whole lot, and you see the separation from Chinese Dino as Natnif making their way back into the fight right here. Mori no longer going to be available. You see Smelvin slowly getting separated little by little. Point flip comes through, and Smelvin just gonna have to restabilize.
Yeah, they will, but they can go for a relatively fast refight. That I was going to say Trace would be back fast, but May will take a little bit longer. No attempt from Adam for the taxi. They're just walking straight back in.
I don't blame them right now. I mean, the longer this goes, the more you build up to this ultimate. Julia, she's already about to have another overclock right around the corner. Obviously, don't want to have to deal with that, but it's a rough position. Bayou making their way back right now. Pulse bomb ready. Seb has already gone down strictly under Robbie Hash. Is going to absorb most of that damage, but still has to back out, take the reset. Guayu should be able to get out alive, might be able to get rid of Robbie Hash, who's incredibly low with that pick right there. It's going to be a mad dash to get anywhere close to this point, but Adam, the only person who can even reasonably touch, and with that, it is Dream Eaters who are going to take our first round here. Julia cleaning things up, as that was a chaotic first round if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, not doing too bad. Obviously, hits a bit of a clip at the end, but yeah, it's all semantics, realistically. Just trying to touch the objective were Smelvin Industries. But realistically, I think Julia, the person who shaped the discussion on this point, right? All these early picks, just magic kills. You really don't need the rest of Dream Eaters to really have to play the game when you're getting that many 5v4s just given to you for free. It's going to be a little bit harder here on Control Center to take these angles, to find these picks. So it does come down more to the rule execution. Mori being on this mate is a huge boon. Wulcons here are going to make Chinese Dino's life a hell of a lot harder. But KO, again on that Tracer, they really want to play this slow style of play.
Playing whatsoever. Also, got 3 with the Javelin right now. Don't see that every single day. But at least for the time being, again, Will taking down first, and now Dream Eaters are able to simply push up. Unfortunately, though, Seb does find a pick, even things directly back out. You could see a relatively quick comeback here, but for the time being, Smelvin Industries biding their time. Point opens up for Dream Eaters. Potentially could get the first cap through here. You're going to see last second touch come through, though, for Robbie Hash, trying to run through, expending a lot of the cooldowns very early on. Still going to be able to hang around. Gets rid of Julia. That can open up the door wide open, Spec. But again, those cooldowns being used in quick succession is going to come back to haunt him. And now for Dream Eaters, they have a chance to close this one out, trying to get a grasp on that point. And eventually, with Mori dead, point will be given up. Dream Eaters take first fight.
Yeah, that they will. I mean, very aggressive from Robbie. Maybe a little bit too so. Obviously, you get the Soj pick. It's nice to have a 1-for-1 trade where you lose your tank. Simply never going to be beneficial. And so Dream Eater's first cap here. Spear attempt. Very bold. I think Robbie Hash a bit too forward than I'd like at this stage in the fight, but he really wants to take this battle.
I don't blame him too much here. Nanya, though, does get with the spear. Good combo. Fantastic way to get things going right now. And, I mean, with that, it's just going to become a domino effect from there. China Sano gets Adam on the way out, but this is just going to be the stall game. You have one more touch coming through. Take it down, 34% on the board, and honestly, Robbie Hash, yeah, you get that one. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you take Spear perk, right? Just walks through the entirety of Dream Eaters, spears Nat, takes them down, and because of that, it's a very easy flip. Only 34% going to be garnered from the Dream Eaters. That being said, that won't be easy, right? This one is a smidge harder. Both teams coming up with ults, but you're mostly scared of that Julia OC.
Yeah, but Terra Surge is around the corner. You do have Exuder Rush coming out, but Natnam dies directly after the fact, so now you just got to stabilize at this point. Pulse Bomb comes out, unfortunately not going to find anything here. Julia still has this overclock right around the corner, but you're to see for the moment, just going to do a quick regroup.
Indeed it is. I mean, choke control, so strong for a comp like this. Trying to walk in and massive damage he is essentially ridiculous. Mori, with the Blizzard, has to look for an opportunity that cleanse. A threat, and you ideally want to use this before that sound barrier is active.
True, but Chinese Dino already taking care of business over Dream Eaters. This fight might already be set. Eventually, Mori going to try to get the squad back over into the fight right now. Julia trying to knock bodies away one at a time, is able to do so. Dream Eaters take the fight over. Reset comes through, but for the time being, Smelvin Industries does have a distinct advantage in the ult economy.
I mean, winning out the neutral OC from the high ground, a great recipe for a fight, but you are absolutely right in that it is Smelvin Industries, the ones with a little bit more bang. In terms of those check marks right now, obviously no one has to fight on point right now, and so Dream Eaters seem content to fight in the choke for a second, but the more space you get up towards the point, the better chance there is for a Smelvin Industries ult dump.
That was scary on the beat right there, Nat. nearly getting taken out, but going to survive. No one down quite yet. Annihilation being used. Remember, Adam already has gone ahead and used the beat drop, so now Robbie Hash just gets deleted on the spot. Unfortunately for Smelvin, while Mori does kind of keep them in this momentarily, Will doing the exact same thing, but eventually gets taken out over on the side. You see China's Dynamo push super far up, should be able to stabilize. Unfortunately, Smelvin can't really push it out Robbie Hash too hard yet.
Indeed. So the point's still not flipped, even though it has been Smelvin Industries the ones running something of a lead in this fight. Still holding on to this Blizzard, still looking for an opportunity. Will it come out this fight?
It might, honestly. You would love to hold it for the next fight, but unfortunately, option comes out, dies, but Free still going to come out on line, causing temporary separation, but still, China's Dano being taken care of is best case scenario here for Smelvin, but still, everything is separated. It's turning into chaos. Pulse Bomb comes up, but the goal form is alive for Robbie Hash to keep things going. Eventually, getting the cleanup. Natnif gets one on the way out, but stabilization comes through, but that was everything both sides had in terms of ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, it's overtime obviously could have been the end of the map, and so it's throw the kitchen sink at more at the Dream Eaters. Smelvin Industries able to hold on and I guess a little bit closer to that Terra Surge. Most importantly, Center drops low, but will be able to back out. This is coming down to final fight here, at least on Control Center.
Yep, 100%. You're going to see this white room being taken over momentarily. Julia getting a nice shot, not able to finish quite yet. Robbie Hash extremely close, 90%. That could be the deal breaker right there. You see Robbie Hash getting aggressive, maybe a little too aggressive. Is going to go in, Terra Surge pull in, doesn't get rid of anybody. It just forces out a cleanse ultimately. And now it might just come down to this first kill and see if the domino effect goes from there. Julia is going to have the overclock. That might be all she says. Eventually thrown back, going to get taken off. That eventually going to be able to get the beat off. And Chinese Dino, the rest of the squad, going to start running down the rest of Smelvin Industries. Adam and Mori, last two alive, but these touches temporary. They will be. Dream Eaters clean things up. Will take Lijiang Tower.
I mean, the unkillable Demon Queen is able to go down there, but the rest of her squad able to capitalize on that distraction and punish, right? It's a heavy commit onto the Julia OC deep in server, but I mean, Naphtha Catboy's beat still hits for, and on that point on the objective, and it ends up being a Dream Eaters victory. So well played from both sides, but I have to say, Dream Eaters right now looking like the ones to beat.
Yeah, I mean, just looking really tough in this exchange. Obviously extremely back and forth, very chaotic overall. But I think I'd have to agree with you in this sense right here. There is a level of consistency. Chinese Dino is normally playing relatively safe because he doesn't necessarily have to be over-aggressive in a lot of these situations. Robbie Hash is, and sometimes it pays off, and other times it results in a fight not even being able to really take place. And it's been an unfortunate situation. I think Robbie Hash was a little bit better about it in that second round, but there were times where people were simply being caught out early, whether it was Julia catching on to somebody or Chinese Dino just getting somebody at the right place, right time. And it's been a consistency for Dream Eaters, and right now, they look fantastic.
This is a great clear onto the Soj, but it's really unfortunate they didn't get them the fight win, but I think better beat coming through, especially from the Dream Eaters, worked out. I think absolutely right saying that the pick pressure was probably the thing that gave Dream Eaters the edge there. But I think Smelvin Industries, as we head towards, you know, their own map selection, something that's maybe a bit more on their style of play, then we could be seeing this go even closer than the 99-99 we saw on basically both points. I'll give you a little bit of lore, by the way, on a Chinese Dino's username, because obviously, not obviously, but he's not Chinese. He's a white boy from Nottingham.
Oh my
yeah, but apparently his name came from his mate who was called Chinese Rhinos, and so he just changed it so it could be like a matching username to his mate who no longer plays now, and now he's stuck with it. Because obviously that's not even how you spell dinosaur with the H. So there, a little bit of lore for you. I do believe we've got next map, coming up sooner rather than later. So I guess we should start the discussion about what they should go there.
Yeah, and I think the most powerful time to have map pick is obviously that second one, because this is where the map pool genuinely opens up. You have every selection in the world outside of, obviously, control. So you are very much in complete bounds as to where you want to go, and also control with that first ban. It's a very powerful position to be in, and obviously whether or not it'll be fully taken advantage of, we'll see here very shortly. But it is a situation where that was still really close play when they were playing on this brawl. So you could keep that brawl style and go for a very specific ban. You could go after that Sojourn and try to just shut down Julia, make things a little bit easier, take away that pick potential. But in terms of this, I mean, this could be as simple as going to a King's Row and just trying to basically duplicate that while getting rid of one of the biggest threats in the process.
I do quite like that idea. See if it materializes. Obviously, ban's still available. That is interesting. Just seeing what they're doing in the lobby. And I don't mind it. But again, I feel like when you're playing against Stream Eaters, you have to be, mostly, what do you do about Senna? What do you do about Senna? And obviously, an incredible, powerful performance there. This time, some points, maybe the first point of what we see discussed, it's not a huge problem, but I think the later on we get into this map, then I think she'll be able to open up the clutch a little bit and really let us see what she's got. I don't know if we're ready for it, but I'm going to tell us anyway. Next map is going to be New Junk City. I was thinking about this recently, actually, Hunter. Remember how little New Junk City was played before the rework? And they just opened up some of the chokes, and suddenly the map is just like, it's playable again? That was Naf's prediction. Oh, he's just lying. Okay, I'm just stupid as hell.
Lying? Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, he's
gaslighting here.
Long day, guys. I used to be New Junk City. That map's fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I do have my critiques about it, but I was a lover. I love that map in its original form, and that is a hot take.
That is an incredibly hot take. What the hell?
Yeah, but I loved it. Well, I love my brawl tanks, and I'm able to play around these tight corners every single fight, every single position. I like that it's opened up. It is genuinely better by the fact that it is opened up. It's just it's made me irreversibly terrible at the map now.
I feel like everyone has maps that they just like can't play for whatever reason. For me, I had a long period where if I was on Rialta, I'd just lose, and I didn't even know why. I finally fixed it because I reminded myself that was half the map that actually existed that I wasn't playing. But I'm still not fantastic at it. I feel like if you just get brain worms on a certain map or a certain point, then you're kind of cooked, no matter if it suits your heroes or not. And in this case, if it doesn't, well, it sucks to be you, mate.
Yeah, it's the same with me and New Queen Street. I'm terrible at New Queen Street. Couldn't tell you last time I won that map. Could not tell you. And I think it's because I'm just not picking the right tanks. I think I don't play it correctly. I couldn't tell you specifically. Obviously, I'm not playing the game as often as maybe I used to back when I was a PlayStation gamer, where I was coming home from a 6-hour shift at the cafe and hopping on Overwatch for the rest of the night. I don't live that life anymore. I love my Overwatch, but I can't come home after 10.5 hours and be like, yeah, let's dedicate my 2 free hours to Overwatch. Let's go.
Yeah, I get that. Thankfully, I'm a student, so I can just play the game all day anyway. I think yesterday I played probably about 6 hours. I did like 2 hours warm up for a 2-hour block, and then I was bored after, so I just kept playing. It's a fun game. What can I say?
I can't blame you. Back when I was your age, youngster, I was the same thing.
I know. I mean, on that topic as well, it was so weird being at LAN, because when I'm talking to players, they're like, "Oh wow, you literally 1 foot in the grave," and then you speak to you speak to production people, and they're like, "You're barely born yet." It's like, can I get a consensus on this straight up? Am I old? Am I not? Who knows?
You're both young and old, unfortunately.
Quantum superposition.
Yeah, you are both. There's no way to be in between. It's impossible. Never gonna happen.
It's messed up.
Yeah. Either way, we're getting things settled here very shortly, as we do know our map, Circuit Royale, and with this being Circuit Royale, obviously, this is where I think it gets a little more DPS dependent. This is where if you have someone, again, who is just high functioning on DPS that pops off, it's going to be really difficult to deal with. And I think with Smelvin's ban situation, again, I think this is going to be a direct shot towards the DPS department. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times in my life, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see whether or not this is going to be the case, as, I mean, theory craft with me here, Spec. Is the choice as obvious as it appears?
What, just ban a Widow Soge type bit?
Yeah.
Yes and no. Depends on how scared you are of any particular one, because you feel like a bit of a prat if you ban Widow, then you get dumpstered by a Freya, So, one of the three is reasonable, but it still leaves 2 kind of in. And so it's much more consistent to go for a tank ban, normally either Ramatra or Sigma, to control the pace of play, and then hoping you can play into that. But they decide to keep it simple. I mean, makes sense. and just takes the winner out of the equation.
Yep, I think this is the correct decision. I do not hate it whatsoever, and plus it saves that Sojourn for a different map where I think the Sojourn might be considered a lot more effective, and you don't have as many. You know, you're not going to go Widowmaker over on New Junk City. You know, that's not typically going to happen. But Dream Eaters, their ban online obviously got rid of the Baptiste in that last round. Could take another shot over at that support department. You could go down the tank route, but unless there's going to be some dramatic change, I don't think you felt like horribly threatened by the Ramatra in this situation. It is viable, but it might be a situation where you might want that down the line for a map that once again is more viable for Ramatra. But instead, the Orisa being taken out and it taken into effect. I don't know. I don't hate this, but this might have been one I would have held for a different map.
Yeah, I mean, already here is playable, but it really depends on what you want to play, among other things. Chinese Dino, we can see in lobby right now, may even go on set favorable. But if anything's static, then Orisa is going to play relatively comfortably into both Ram and Sig, which you'd expect to see here. So not something you'd necessarily want to, instantly kill. Maybe they do end up playing something a bit fast, though, and that spear utility is something they want to get rid of. Simply have to wait and see, though, as we load into the map. Listen, it might be probably my worst map at the game for reasons I fully understand why, but it does look very nice.
I do love this map. I know some people hated this map just horribly over the years, and honestly, don't blame them, but I liked it overall. But you'd also like Smelvin Industry making a couple of swaps. Jacko's come over on that support. Big Nan is in on the tank, and right now we're seeing outside of that the Symmetra, a very traditional poke style compositions for the time being. Dream Eaters again going with that double flex. Chinese Dino, they haven't changed a whole lot, Julia, though, like you brought up earlier on that Freya could potentially be just as frightening.
Absolutely. And so there's still a very high amount of pick potential. Freya feels like hasn't been as impactful as she once was at her heyday, but we still got to see. Oh, I get it, bro. But no, we can still get to see Quartz absolutely dominate on her in the most recent land. And so Senna looking to duplicate that performance and put her own spin on it too.
That's fair enough. Ready to get this one going, though. Are you over on the Venture, by the way? Venture has gotten a lot of play as of the last couple of months. I kind of like the play a lot, but we'll see how effective it is in this situation right here. It's going to get a little more effective as we get a little deeper into the map, as right now you're looking for that first pick potential. Good couple of sticks already building up towards that first bolo shot. Honestly, we're going to be talking about having a bolo shot here in like 20 seconds as we have a trade out. Poke on Mori, though. Going to get a little bit of revenge here. This is going to open up the door a little bit because that beam no longer going to be a worry for Chinese Dino, so Dream Eaters should be able to viably take some space here momentarily.
I mean, you're spawned so much closer for Dream Eaters, right? It makes it so much easier to take this space. And so Smelvin simply have to give great cycles from KO as well. I have to say, getting damage in, keeping an active threat while still being hard to punish. Big Nat gonna have to back Grasp, gonna be expended surely as they try and give up yet another corner.
Yep, looking for the accretion, doesn't quite find it. Zeb ends up going down, so Discord being taken out. Big Nan just got to run for the hills, doesn't have any cooldowns, but instead, M-Matrix already on, going to be used here very actively. It should be able to stem the bleeding a little bit here, Spec, but then eventually you have the bolo shot, you have the Katsune Rush. Both are going to be activated, Bob thrown directly in response. It's going to go flying. Unfortunately, it's not going to accomplish a whole lot here. Dream Eaters inevitably going to take over the point in very quick fashion.
Indeed, it shall. I mean, almost a 5-minute time. I can get a late kill onto Pokey as well. This is everything you could possibly hope for if you're a Dream Eaters. This attack is on track for essentially record pace, and Poke decides the Sims no bueno. I guess not Saudi enough as it moves back over to the Venture. Close to the Flux at least could be impactful. Dream Eaters don't have the defensive utility for it, but once Mesh should win that fight, then what?
Yeah, 100%. We'll see. Does have a Flux online for Big Nan. It could be pretty effective in the situation right here. Nothing to like horribly prevent it, but we'll see if it gets any inherent value as Julia still just hitting shot after shot, causing chaos to rain down. Annihilation going to be online, but it's going to be that tidal wave instead. Big Nan be thrown directly into it, tries to hit the accretion, and instead going to be kept alive here, and Transcendence gone. An immediate response here for Chinese Dino. Perfect timing. Flux being thrown into the air, I believe just only grabbed one maybe, but Chinese Dino is just cleaning it up, and I mean, this is looking not great right now for Smelvin.
It's looking pretty grim, I have to say. You really need more than that from a Flux fight. I'm not sure if we only caught one and didn't punish, or caught nobody at all, but either way, not ideal. Venture Jewel went up by Poke. KO a little bit too bold. And so maybe Dream Eaters have to put a bit of a pin in this momentum as the Tectonic Shock, their closest ultimate, no longer available.
Yeah, both are going to be available now. Natnif, though, most importantly, going to be right around the corner from this Kitsune Rush, and Dream Eaters, Mori close to going down. That was terrifying.
High pick pressure available from the Freya. We've mentioned it, and now we might see it in action. Tectonic Shocks popped.
Yep, both of them online. Big Nan goes down first and foremost, and that is as much of a death sentence as you could possibly have if you are Smelvin. You get a little bit more stall in, but this stall is going to be temporary, to say the least. You may be able to throw one more body on, but no, everyone's got to hit the reset button, try to get out of there. 4:15 on the clock. That is a pretty good-sized time bank here for Circuit Royale.
That is pretty ridiculous, I can't lie. I mean, I guess we reduced the time bank slightly, but the chance for a double bolt onto the Freya means Pokey escapes barely with that tail beneath their legs. And CDN able to take high ground control and making sure there's absolutely no angles available for Smelvin Industries as they begin to assault their opponent's high ground.
Yep. Roaring Julia both with bolo shots online. Kitsune Rush still active for Natnif in this situation. Definitely a lot to be able to deal with now. Bolo shot thrown directly over onto Poke. Takes care of business. Honestly, I don't hate it whatsoever. Dream Eaters open to just keep the chain of momentum going. You see Seb just has to run for it. And everybody else on Smelvin is just left on the card to die, essentially. And now with 3:20 on the clock, still Kitsune Rush. I mean, Annihilation, this could end up really badly.
Yeah, Big Nan attempt at the Queen.
Give stuff
I get
basically.
I mean, I get it. It's like a comfort hero, but I don't think this is the strongest pick. Pokey insta dead. The window doesn't see too much. This one might be cooked.
It might be. Kitsune Rush there. Jacko is trying to get something, but instead, I mean, Big Nan's just trying to stay alive. It's just getting punched on repeat. It's like me in high school, as you're going to see the cleanup coming through. Dream Eater's going to finish with nearly 3 minutes in the time bank, and Smelvin at a complete loss.
I mean, only Senna and Kaya who died at all. Big Nan yet to find an elimination. There aren't great words in the English language to describe exactly how one-sided this has been, right? I mean, we've either been waiting for Quayo or we've been winning, if you're Dream Eaters, right? I think Smelvin Industries really not had a chance to catch a break, and we're seeing it here from Senna, just walking around the map like she owns the place, because, I mean, at this point, it does. It's still technically winnable, of course. It is in the game's code for you to be able to win. Chinese Zone, I'm taking you up back next time I'm in knots. But you're going to need to overperform. You're going to need Julia to misplace her mouse. Need Chinese dinos to, I don't know, lock Winston or something on this map.
Yeah.
It's looking really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it is, you have to treat it as a 1 point at a time situation. I'm hoping Pokes plays something other than the Venture. Unfortunately, was just getting caught up very consistently. Honestly, I even hate the Bastion, honestly. Why not at this point? But we'll see what the situation is. Everyone going to stick their guns on Dream Eaters. How can we take a break of this map? I don't know. We probably are. We'll see what happens. This Poke, yeah, is going to walk out on this Bastion to get things started.
It's a powerful hero. Does lots of damage. You've got a turret form that kills people, you know? I mess with it. Just depends. Well, firstly, what is this crosshair? This is like an RAF roundel. This is appalling. It's
an actual bullseye, basically. It's like you're using the bow and arrow, basically.
Yeah.
I've seen worse crosshairs. I mean, watch me play the game. But Poke gonna be able to bounce up top thanks to that grenade. Is gonna put themselves in a precarious position, to say the least. Is gonna be able to survive momentarily. Immortality Field ends up being used from Jacko to keep everybody going. Alright, this can be for the time being, but I mean, this could just be a domino effect of people going down. The right stick comes through, and
damage.
Yeah, and everyone's just gonna fall over, and yeah, I mean,
again, it feels like very slow rotations out of Smelvin Industries. They're trying to make it safely, and because of that, they're just getting absolutely pounded by the DPS of WBZ Dream Eaters. This time, though, Chinese Sound is really able to get stuck in 80% of the way towards the annihilation. And because of that now, I mean, not the greatest start to the attack, and you did need something to change the momentum of this game, because you can really feel the mentals need to turn to Smelvin Industries against them.
Yeah, 100%. Over on that Diva now, I don't mind it, all things considered. Maybe not the best pick in the world, but, I mean, the thing is you're saying that Smelvin is making swaps. They're making changes, trying to make things work. I don't hate that at the end of the day, and now you're going to have this at Matrix right around the corner. Could be effective, but, I mean, Dream Eaters just have every tool in the world to be able to deal with this situation. It could be the Bolo, and it comes out, gets eaten by Big Nan. Nice little Thanksgiving dinner has been taken away as Jacko being assaulted in the back line, and that Albini not gonna really matter as the cleanup comes to regardless.
It's such a good mark of the window from Creo, I have to say. Notice how he dashes up, insta-deflects past the window, so there's no chance for Jacko to use it in the 1v1, and simply wipes him out after that. It was lovely work from the Genji. He's able to redeem himself somewhat from being the highest death number of Dream Eaters. Obviously, Respawn's still coming in, so Dream Eaters can't be as committal to this fight, but if they really want, they can just use ults to make up for it.
100%. Lots available. Seb going to go in, though. Kitsune Rush activated. Tidal Wave thrown in. Ayu does manage to get connection. Nobody goes down as a direct result, though. But still, it is 3 ults to nothing right now. Dream Eaters make it 4 now. As every tool in the universe, Juliet going to try to go for the second one. Going to be thrown out there as you're going to see again the follow-up. They're throwing everything in there. Does not matter a whole lot. Big Nan gets a kill. Bomb thrown up. Shouldn't find any inherent value. It goes down as a result. But at this point, Smelvin literally throwing everything they can at the wall. Nothing sticking, though.
I mean, you're able to get some tools out of your opposition, right? Bubble, Blade, Bowler. You'll take it, right? But you would really rather force out the important ones, the power ones, right? The Annihilation, that Kitsune Rush, and now they're going to be unmirrored heading into what could be the final fight. Naf says is Genji's throwing. You're not wrong, mate. But, you know, when it's Creo or not.
Yeah, and all you have to do is take your time here. Dream Eaters, you don't have to do a thing. You can kind of wait and keep letting your DPS do what they have been doing this entire time. Jacko is going to have the one ult available that, I mean, the only ult that's ever going to be available is just Smelvin at this stage of the game. So has to kind of bide your time on that one. But as I say that, it comes out here. Trying to gain a little bit of space. Annihilation is online, though, and Chinese Deno could go wild with it. But instead, here we go. Kitsune Rush. First and foremost, Big Nan being given both heals. It might not even matter. It's barely keeping up spec, and now with Annihilation around the corner, it's gonna be the rundown as nobody caught quite yet, but eventually Zed being caught out, and with this coming down, I mean, Spec, you'd be lucky to get a touch here. I mean, you could borderline this as a potential massacre as Dream Eaters dominate Circuit Royale.
I mean, if map 1 was close, map 2, well, it wasn't. I mean, there's no other way of describing it. It's Mori's 1 and 8. Like, Pokes 4 and 9, most deaths in the lobby. Still, Nat and Chinese Dinos yet to die. Like, the words really do fail you at a certain point, because this is just ridiculously one-sided. Get another look here at exactly what Sen is doing on that attacking round. But I've got to say, it's seeming like this Losers finals absolutely locked in for the Dream Eaters, unless Smelvin Industries use their combined probably like 20 years of CGL experience to turn something around. I mean, we were you know, discussing this in Pro Channels while the cast was happening, but as far as I'm aware, it's Adam, Poke, and Jacko who have been in CGL since 2020. Rest of the squad, you know, 23, 24, so all mainstays. Unfortunately, here in CGL Season 16, they might be finding an exit earlier than the one they hoped for.
Yeah, and obviously don't want to have that be the case, but right now it might not be too much in their power right now. Dream Eaters are kind of just on a roll now. They barely went out on that Legion, but then take all that momentum, carry it through into Circuit Royale, and now things are looking very bleak right now for Smelvin. But they do have one more opportunity. Despite how things have gone, we have seen crazy things happen in the world of Overwatch. You know, it's still up to them in terms of the ban, in terms of what map they go to. It is going to be still a difficult decision because it's hard to sit here and say after that what the right decision is at this point. But Spec, that is the bright side, that they're going to have a few minutes to figure that out because we'll be heading to a short break. When we come back, we have the continuation of Smelvin Industries versus WBZ Dream Eaters. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once more to the EU Open tier here. This matchup between Smelvin Industries and Dream Eaters. And if you were joining us on our first map, you would have thought, hey, this could be a very back four series, very compelling. If you saw Circuit Royale, you may be thinking the direct opposite. Dream Eaters, they dominate over on Circuit Royale, commit the full hold while finishing with almost 3 minutes in the time bank. Smelvin Industries, they are just firmly backs against the wall right now. It's a rough situation, I should say, for them right here in spec. They have to find some kind of answer, and there's a limited amount of them, I'll tell you that.
Indeed it is, yeah. I mean, there are options. There aren't great options, is probably how we frame it. Smelvin Industries show an ability when we can take more chaotic fights, when they're able to actually square up to these battles. I do think Circuit Royale, where they are forced to essentially poke indefinitely into the player quality that Dream Eaters have, ill-advised, right? And so we'll see if they've learned from their mistakes as we start thinking about map number 3. Still figuring out exactly what the maps were. We've been proper deliberating, and I can tell you for free, Dream Eaters have been running their mouths a little bit as well. And I feel like they have earned that right, you know, being able to sort of that performance in Circuit Royale, but still, there's some decorum, guys.
I mean, after a map like that, sometimes it's just the adrenaline's going off, you know? You take a big win like that, you feel confident. I don't blame them in the slightest, but we'll see what the situation calls for here. Smelvin Industries, again, they're not pushovers. Again, let's make that very clear. It's a really rough map for them here, but a lot of teams have rough maps. They have these situations where they just get shut down and they need to learn to adjust. We'll see what that adjustment is, and as it turns out, that adjustment, I don't know how I feel about it quite yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. Spec as the third and potential final map of the series, it's going to be New Queen Street.
Interesting. I don't hate it, but I'm not sure I love it as well. Multiple angles, it makes it easier for Senna to do her own thing, but also easier to avoid her. So if you're trying to, full kite, it does somewhat make sense, but I think they're kind of just going to maps they're comfortable on personally, and then banning Soj and seeing what happens at this point. Bans actually not going to be Soj, but we'll get to that in a second. I think I'm kind of with you, Hunter. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this.
Yeah, we're not really gonna know how we feel until we're about 2 minutes in, and it's just how it is. I think New Queen Street is just that kind of map in general, but obviously bans are gonna be dependent as well. I think there is just safe picks here. There's not like a definitive pick that is going to shut them down, though. I think after watching Circle Royale, we realized that full and through.
Yeah, I think that's definitely fair to say. Because the thing is, while we spent all this time talking about, Senna being super strong, and while she is really good, it's not like she's the only person on her team, finding value. We got good moments from Chinese Dinos, from KO, from Naf, and Nat himself. So it's kind of everyone. While you can remove one hero, none is particularly pivotal to the whole composition. Freya, sure, it is a threat, but oh no, Senna has to play Sojin.
Oh no,
I don't think she's crying herself to bed about it. So. I do imagine that Smelvin, they've gone for a decent ban, but I'm not quite sure it's everything. It's not fantastic.
Yeah, and now it doesn't feel like there is also a definitive ban over here either for the side of Dream Eaters. It feels like you could genuinely go any way about it, and I really couldn't complain regarding it. I mean, you could go down the tank area and just take an extra option away. Potentially from Smelvin. I mean, we saw a couple of different things come out previously, but already has gotten rid of the Orisa. But no, it's going to be the Life Weaver because this is just genuinely them feeling like there is no definitive character that is going to be a threat to them on this map. That's what I feel.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. They haven't been scared of anything so far. They fought a little bit close and control. It's a bit more swingy there anyhow, but I think we really got to see map number 2, exactly what they can do when they have a chance to stretch their feet a little bit. And so I think Dream Eaters, they're not going to feel like they've been banned at all. Obviously Smelvin the same. It's simply going to come down to which team is more comfortable on this map. No adaptation needed, just comes down to raw fundamentals.
Yep, and no changes going to be made here. Jacko and Big Nan both going to be staying in. We could see them default to that Junker Queen composition and just go this all-out rush style. That's what I think. I wouldn't say wouldn't be the best call, but I think it's something they haven't fully gone into yet. And I think New Queen Street isn't a terrible map to be able to pull something like that off, especially some of these neutral engagements. But we'll see momentarily, as this could be the conclusion of this matchup. And if it is, I mean, this could be the biggest momentum booster into those losers finals for Dream Eaters.
Indeed. What is Blore? Is that a place?
It's got
in Canada.
No, I think this is I may be dumb in thinking that's French because there are French-speaking Canadian provinces. I just don't know which ones they are. I'll do some research. You talk about what's going on here. I'll do some official research.
I see. Okay, Big Nan's on Queen. It's a comfort pick, so that's why we are seeing it. But it's not meta right now. Queen really struggles with getting poked out, with getting into fights. Multiple things. Poke. We go for the Sim TP out as spawn, and then I assume a stick. Yeah, they will be on that Symmetra, see if they can find Sim value, or whether Dream Eaters are just going to ball all over them.
Yeah, we'll see what the situation is. I'll talk about what Valor is here in a hot minute when we get some free time, good information, but Tennis down over on the ball. We'll see how this works out. This could be a situation when the moment doesn't work out. We see the immediate transition over, but Will just literally gets ran over. And now Dream Eaters have this first fight pretty locked in place. Big Nan just going to be drilled over in time, and Smelvin just going to have to reset. And Julia just having a little bit of fun at this point.
Yeah, I mean, where even is she? She's actually in spawn. This is going to be a quick game, I imagine, here. As Smelvin just already getting kind of stomped. Dream Eaters all on their one tricks, essentially. And Torbjorn is the attempt to come back.
Yeah, 100%. And now you just see, Torbjorn coming out. Julia Has to just kind of gets headshot. All right, that may stem momentum here for a moment. I think Poke is going to do the exact same thing. It's just going to stop and literally just talking. As point is 42 meters in, and at this point, man, it is chaos right now. But hey, I mean, chaos could favor Smelvin for all things considered. You never know. But Chinese Dino going to slam in, has to use shields, just needs to restabilize for a moment.
Indeed. All right, still finding a decent amount of value. Chinese Dino looks to go on a quest and maybe destroy it, but instead just goes back to the fight at hand. Hyper aggro from Jacko, but surely gonna get caught up by the quad cannons, the fireball. No, it's Naf who's able to take care of the Lucio with a water balloon.
Yeah, 100%. Well, just here to call you though. Unfortunately, Big Nan just gets volleyed, and now Smelvin, nothing should stop them from being able to simply take over this checkpoint, as Zeb is in the middle of nowhere currently, just praying someone gets there in time.
Shout out for Big Nan. Where are we going?
What?
Julia
Julia is going on a. Literally, I think is gonna go and swap over. Julia's gonna go swap to the Torbjorn. They're swapping to the. She's swapping to the Torbjorn.
Okay,
she's 100% swapping Torb. 100%.
Well, we'll have to wait and see whether you got that prediction right. Obviously, the cart's still moving in favor of Dream Eaters. She's Widowmaker.
No way.
Will able to get the rail onto KO, but that Pulse Posthumous finds that trade, so all that good work, unfortunately, for naught. Kitsune Rush on the point. CDN, low on HP, so we'll have to back for now, but Senna looking to be back on that Widowmaker.
Yeah, we'll see how much it ends up working out. We'll see very shortly here. As mine's all ready for Chinese Dino, as Smelvin Industries, again, just going to lose Jacko earlier on, not going to have any beat available. Don't even really use any ults here. You just got to die on the point right now with your Poke, Big Man, both there, but unfortunately, both not going to be long for this world. And yeah, it's just gonna be another fight gone, and Seb is just gonna throw in, and at this point, I mean, both teams having a bit of fun with it, but Dream Eaters just, I mean, they just look too confident.
Yeah, I don't imagine that they will be losing this anytime soon. I mean, Seb is solo walking with Cart, so
Poke swap
maybe
too.
punishable. Senna's in spawn, by the way, on Widow. Sees one, doesn't take the shot. A second, however, still holding. The respawn is spotted by the Queen. Surely she's gonna run, but will she find value? Is she not just a dead woman walking?
I don't know at this point. We hear the shout come through, and it's Curly trying to debate. It doesn't work out. But Chinese Dino, I mean, it's just finishing people off anyway. Jacko hit the solo beat, doesn't work out. I mean, at this stage of the game, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Big Nan is gonna push forward. Is gonna solo ult and doesn't even connect.
0 people. Yep.
0 people, 0 ultimate. Gonna get stunned out. Gonna get the health back, but I mean, at this stage of the game, Dream Eaters, again, they're so confident, they know what they're doing, and Smelvin just cannot figure it out. I mean, never mind, maybe they'll figure it out.
Naf LOS himself on the Wuyang ultimate, so it didn't get the knot, and then walked into an axe. This seems like a Dream Eaters who are fully hands-off keyboards now.
Yeah.
That being said, it is the first distance, first relevant distance at least, for Smelvin Industries. And we have a Widowmaker mirror in the year of our Lord 2025.
I don't know what to think about Overwatch right now, honestly. Pulse Bomb comes out, connects on to nothingness. Unfortunate scenario, but now Consider Rush activated for Natnif off in the back line. Big Man does get rid of play, so it opens up the door potentially as Chinese Dino isn't able to get rid of Seb. Eventually, Natnif going to finish off, but it's just an awkward situation. Big Nan's going to go back to the cart as Julia, she could just be one shot away from turning this one around. Just barely misses out on that one as well. But Widow 1v1 here momentarily.
Indeed. Poke actually gets the one. Julia spotted out by means of that infra sight. Poke looks for the 1v1. The footsteps reveals the presence and the shot clean from, well, I mean, everybody who comes to gank the Widowmaker. Momentum back in favor of Dream Eaters here. And it feels like we're back on. Okay, what are we trying here? What's happening?
I don't even know anymore, honestly. I don't really know. All I know is there's still almost 5 minutes left on this point. And Dreamers is in no rush to finish. The job is Jacko's head is thoroughly removed.
Nice. Senna chilling on a side flank. Uses the hook just for fun, essentially. Almost taking care of the dinkers again onto Will, who's thinks better than to repeat a third time.
I think we'll try it again.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not, again, there's, like you said earlier, there's not a whole lot of words in the English language to describe what is going on right now. I mean, Big Nan is living between, yeah, literally, between a rock and a hard place right now. Poke is going to get slammed down. stabilizes momentarily. Half Catboy does go down, and you're coming up on every ult in the world if you're Dream Meters. Oak trying to just desperately find somebody to shoot right now. Unfortunately, nobody available as
it's another zero man. Yeah.
The second one in a row, 0 kills, and ladies and gentlemen, I mean, EU Overwatch, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, this is the best region in the world, as proven by DreamHack.com.
Oh my god.
It's
He will not shut up for the next, like, 11 months about this, I promise you,
Absolutely
ladies and
not. Absolutely not. You know, when your region wins a major, then you can do the same.
Hey, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Oh, it's Julia. Julia's the one that has to figure it out, honestly. Like, high key at this point.
I mean, so much value.
Yeah, this is turning into like a regular like Spectron Hunter conversation right now. Less than a actual functional cast as tidal wave being thrown out. It's gonna get at least 1 stun, and that cart finally begins moving forward for 3 meters, 90 meters and counting. Oh my god!
Disgusting readjustment. Occasionally you remember that she did essentially Smurf face at Masters. Oh my lord, Will taken care of as well. Dream Eaters on the final approach here. Smelvin Industries, I'm sure the infrasight they've got coming online is going to turn this fight, but
I mean, hanging around, and now they're just saying now, you know what's going on in the chat. I don't have to describe what's going on for y'all. Big Nan gets rid of Natnif. The stats, I mean, they say it for themselves. I'll have strongly worded words here for Hippie momentarily as Poke gets rid of 2 sites. I guess work out, but I mean, still, I mean, it feels like we just know how this is gonna. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It feels like an extension of the end more than anything else here. We're just in lobby for an extra 2 minutes because this game for a while now has felt like my quick play games when I'm inebriated. Poke is dead, apparently. I don't really know how.
Don't know. But all we know is that Dream Meters take another fight. We'll see whether or not they're all gonna go in and finish the job as Kitsune. Oh my god! Oh my god! No shot. This is insanity.
Yeah.
Pulse Bomb 6. Will's down. I think Dream Meters might try to finish the job on this fight right here.
Well, they're not trying very hard, judging by those shots from that. But, you know, it's still working out something for them. Where's Jacko going, by the way?
Jacko is...
In God's name is Jacko?
Jacko is having a time right now. Will does manage to get rid of Julia. So, like, this series is extending momentarily, but we're less than 4 meters away from the potential end, and I think this is going to finally be it. Smelvin Industries is, I mean, for a lack of a better words, taken out of their misery as 3 meters will move on to the losers finals.
Yeah, that is a true statement. It makes sense in that it is grammatically correct.
Yeah.
Will 7-11 on the KD. Jacko not much better. I don't have anything to say about this game that your eyes couldn't tell you already. It happens. It was one-sided. We're going to have an interview after this. Dream Eaters seem pretty excited to talk about exactly how cool they are. And I'm very excited to go to my liquor cabinet.
Yeah, it was that kind of. It was that kind of day. I mean, to be fair, we this was really just like a match that everyone in the world that this match could legitimately go 4 or 5 maps. It literally came down to one fight on both of these original points. Like, it was really back and forth. But again, Julia was popping off throughout the entire night. Chinese Dinos seemed to always have like a step up on both the tanks from Smelvin Industries, and it just, I mean, after Circle Royale, I mean, I think we agreed, Spec. There was almost no big way to be able to come back from that one.
Yeah, I mean, map 1 was close, and then they decided to turn on the monitors. I don't really know what to say, but we get to see the highlights here at Circuit Royale. I mean, need I remind you that I believe it was Chinese Zions and Natnif who didn't die once on that map. Sure, there were more deaths on New Queen Street, but that was only because we were just getting real goofy with it. Here's an example. I will just go through a pulse out of nothing, center on an imaginary flank.
Yeah, this shot, by the way, oh my god.
That's a crazy readjustment. Oh, well, that was pretty brutal. I'm running out of analysis really fast about this game, I can't lie.
Honestly, I can't blame you. It's that kind of game. It went from competitive to it just turned into a stomp for Dream Meters, and then to a little bit of fun for both squads. Smelvin Industries, I think, just coming to a realization of, hey, this ain't it, champ. This ain't it. Fourth place it is. Let's go out there. Let's have some fun. See what we can do. Just doesn't work out. But Dream Raiders, like I said, they'll move on to those losers finals against MSU. We'll see how that game goes down. I doubt it. I doubt it's going to go the exact way this game has gone down today. But we'll obviously deal with that when we get there. And I mean, Spec, you said it yourself, there's not a whole lot to really add on to the situation, so I'm going to put both of us out of our, I won't say miseries, but out of our situation and head to our break. When we come back, we'll have an interview set up for y'all with Dream Raiders. I'm sure there's a lot to say, and we'll see you pretty soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. From the break, we just finished up our matchup there where Dream Raiders take a 3-0 over Smelvin Industries. And unfortunately, that means for the time being, Smelvin Industries done for the season. Having a quick little exit interview is going to be Big Nan over on the side of Smelvin Industries. And hey, all things considered, I mean, top 4, y'all make it into the playoffs, y'all make a good run. I mean, just in general, really quick, like just for the season overall, I mean, what was your experience this season compared to the other seasons you've experienced in CGL?
To be honest, this season was like, I don't know, we didn't take it very seriously, if I'm going to be so honest. We kind of just got like a group of console players. Like, we put out like a tweet saying who wants to play CGL. We had Poke message us, Jacko message us from X teams like MMA and Oblivion from a few years ago. And we just wanted to have a bit of fun. We're all very like, I don't know, we're not like, we don't play as much anymore. We're not 16 anymore, you know what I mean? Like we can't all just sit on Overwatch, but we had a bit of fun during the season. Even today we had a laugh. Like we're not salty, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for my first question for you, it's kind of obviously you mentioned you can't play as much anymore, but you guys have still been in CGL for a long while. I mean, as far as I'm aware, it's what Adam, Poke, and Jack have been in CGL since 2020. Rest of you guys 23, 24. You've been in for a long time, right? So I guess what was CGL to you when you first started? And what is it more now?
When it first started, it was like, I don't know, that first CGL season we played in 2023, there were so many like top console teams all competing for it. We came, I think, third in our first season, and it was really fun. Like we were against people who had scrimmed for years, whether it was MME or AFMT with Jot Davis' team, where they had a NRG Beastman from NA. But I think now, I don't know, we signed up to have fun. As far as I'm aware, we were the final console team this season. Am I correct in saying that?
I think so, yeah.
I think so,
yeah. I feel like the title of the tournament should be changed. That's my opinion. I don't really see it as when it started, it was the console gaming league, but now I feel like it's more just the gaming league.
It doesn't roll off the tongue the same way, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, true. As CGL is iconic, it has a ring to it, but
it does. It just is different.
You just got to add a P at the beginning, and it's fixed.
True. Yeah, but PCGL, it doesn't have the right rhythm.
Yeah, that doesn't ring off the tongue.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I mean, my second question to you then is going to be, obviously you had a pretty strong run, but you ended up, running into the Dream Eaters. First map, very close. After that, lesser. What do you think was maybe the change between Lijiang Tower and the other two maps that caused them to open up their gap a little bit?
We just, if you couldn't tell from the game, we had people coming in and out every game. Everyone's got very different schedules, and it's not easy to control or manage a team when, say for example, Robbie Hash, he was meant to get off at 8:30 and he had to delay it until like 8:45. Fladstern came in, or Adam. He had to go out after that because he's not very well. It's like a cog. Everyone's in and out very. It's not the easiest. I think after that first map we couldn't find our footing. To be honest, on the second map, the main issue was Freya. None of us have ever played against Freya before. I'm level 3
the character's
in the battle
really
pass.
fun to play against, right?
She's really broken, and it's not even just that. I just don't even know what her abilities do, so I can't even like. I don't know. I was diving her on Diva, and it's just she's doing a new ability that I've never seen before, and it's just.
Yeah, definitely so. But obviously, with that being the case, there's still 3 teams still competing for that title right now between Aura Farmer, MSU, and of course, Dream Eater. And I mean, with that being the case, just in your either personal opinion, whatever have you may, who do you think is going to take away the title this season between these 3 teams that are left?
Oh, I'm not sure of their team name. Golden Pants is
Aura Farmers.
Golden Pants is just the king. I can't I've known him since like 2022, 2023. We used to like go and party together because he used to be on console and he was Unreal then, and he has just he's just soared. Like he's gone to PC and he's just unreal. I can't dispute him.
Pretty fair, all things considered. But obviously, before we send y'all off for the season, if there's just anything else that you want to say to the audience, or if there's anybody you wish to shout out, you're more than free to do so.
Usually I'd give my few shout outs to Jot Dave and Cammy72, but I feel like it's not honouring their name. We put on a bit of a terrible performance today, so I don't even think we can drag Jot Dave's name through the mud any more than it already has been. So I think we'll just leave it there. We might be back next season. Probably not. We'll see what happens.
Alright. Hey, all things considered, still, if that is it, it's been a phenomenal run for Smelvin Industries. Have enjoyed every season we have witnessed. Obviously, hope for the best for next season. But regardless for y'all, I mean, congratulations for top 4. I hope y'all have had still a fun run. And whatever comes next, I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Take care now. There you have it, Spec. There you have it. There you
Yeah.
are. It would be a sad situation if that were it. But to be fair, I mean, we've gone through so many amazing teams, especially here in EU. It has been phenomenal. But Spec, speaking of phenomenal, we are heading over to our winners interview pretty quickly. And one of the members of Dream Meters, Julia, aka Senna, joining us. And first and foremost, congratulations on a dominant victory to lock in that top 3.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was pretty easy.
Uh, I mean, fair statement, but obviously, as we brought up before to Big Man, things started pretty competitively, and obviously from there, things fell off very quickly. I mean, for y'all, what really changed between that first map and then the 2 following it?
Well, first of all, I started drinking more at each map, and second of all, my team actually started healing me, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, fair enough.
On the first map, the Orbiso was just somehow allowed to walk on me at times, which was pretty criminal. But aside from that, it was pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously worked out pretty well for you in the end. I mean, for me personally, I want to say, looking towards your losers final game, you're playing MSU. I assume you're pretty comfortable for that. Pretty confident about that one. But I guess, are you really thinking about your losers final, or are you just thinking about playing Aura Farmers, right? And playing against your teammates, your ex-teammates in Golden Pants, Akka, and the rest.
Honestly, I don't even know who I'm playing against next. Like, I've seen the team, I have no clue who is on that team, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I just know they're PC players instead of console this time. So, no, I don't know. I think it'll be fine. Like, I don't think it'll be any difficulties. And TBH, like against the GP team, because they have like not main team players, I guess, if you want to make it not all of the players are from the actual BO3 team. So I think honestly they're not that strong if you just play the game correctly and ban around them. Like, it should be fine. I guess that's how we lost against SRP check. Like, they banned better than us, or at least when I did the ban state, we won, by the way. But, yeah. So I think we get finals guaranteed, basically. As long as my team doesn't int, we should be good.
And then my second question is, obviously, I'm not going to call it a step down necessarily, but how are you finding playing with the Dream Eaters, right? Playing with people like, Natnif and Chinese Dinos?
Well, honestly, I've not scrimmed that much. Like, I've not really joined the scrims that much because I've been, for the most part, taking a break from, well, not competing. Obviously, I'm still playing, but like, I'm not like intensively being active right now because I want to chill a bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sad on my masters because I just didn't get a good offer after being kicked up Mu 3. I didn't get anything that was like piquing my interest. So yeah, I was just like, I would just help these guys out for a bit. Maybe I'll leave later. Maybe I'll stay for a season and then I would look further. But as for now, it's been chill.
No, definitely appears to have been the case. And now, y'all 2 games away from getting that championship. I mean, with this being the case, obviously, you talk about the future and everything. I mean, what are you like hoping for in the future in terms of like, what would you say is like your big goal essentially as a player?
Well, I mean, like, I've been kind of, well, I weird to say, like, on the end of my career, because like it's weird to say because I'm young, but like, I've been around for a while, and it's like I've been in a floaty sense, as in I've never actually dropped down a tier except for, I guess, now, or been up. I've always been like stuck in like yeah, the low tier 2, mid tier 2 end. I've never really gone up or lower than this, like, except for now. And the motivation for the game for me has been like a little bit lacking. But yeah, with Overwatch World Cup coming out, I think obviously if I get picked up for the Team Netherlands, I'll be staying for another year. But otherwise, I'll probably just be playing less and less, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's entirely understandable. Even the greatest of the greats eventually do leave this game, eventually realize that the sun has set. But regardless, still got the rest of the playoffs here in front of you, a potential championship waiting for y'all here shortly. But with that being the case, before we let you go, celebrate if you desire. If there's anything else just you wish to say, or anybody you wish to shout out, you are free to do so.
yeah, on the like the most no flame possible way. I used to be a console player, but damn, that platform fell off back when I was there. It was pretty good still. What happened? What happened
No
to me?
flame, no flame. By the
No
way,
flame.
No, I'm
No flame,
honest.
but they suck.
I'm honest in my interviews. I'm just every single like I know some of these players still. Like I've seen like the poke guy. I'm pretty sure that's poke only from what I know. Like from back in when I was on console PS4. I used to actually play a duo with him. I mean, I'm not saying he's bad, but like he used to be insanely good. Like back when I was on console.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think most of the console players, to be fair, like the actual like really good ones, back when I played, all left the PC, so that might be why, to be honest. But yeah, I left before cross-platform became a thing. So what do I know?
Understandable. But Senna, with that being the case, again, congratulations on the win here today, and obviously best of luck with the rest of the playoffs, and obviously with whatever comes next for you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
No,
of course, love to have you.
Yep, take care now. Right. Spec, there you have it. There you are. Bit of a couple of dour conversations today about teams coming to an end, players potentially as well.
Indeed.
A little dour, but at the end of the day, I mean, nothing truly mean-spirited. Everyone here having a good time, enjoying Overwatch for whatever time might remain. At the end of the day, I mean, I want nothing more than people to enjoy their time competitively playing this game.
Yeah, I mean, people always talk about like not playing, but I don't know. I need to see it to believe it. You know, everyone always says they're retiring. How many people actually stayed retired? We'll have to wait and see.
Me as a Diamond player, I've made 3 retirement posts. Like, listen,
3? Okay, man, calm
3.
down.
Oh, it's beautiful. But hey, listen. All I know is I'm not here competing in playoffs. I'm not here doing this thing. But there are some teams that are competing in playoffs later tonight. Thankfully, we have a little bit of action going on in the NA Diamond Division. A very competitive division, has been for a hot minute. While Gaming go ahead and taking on Aura Fury. That is going to be a fantastic game. That is a losers semis match. So like this one here, this is to secure a top 3 position, get to losers finals. Should be a fantastic game overall. I'm really excited for it. It is obviously happening rather late. Spectron will probably be either asleep or God knows what he will be doing at that hour of creation.
Ranked.
But ranked, 100% ranked. I've stayed up so late and I look and it's like, how is this man still on ranked? How is he doing it? This man has been
still sad
for
he keeps
4
popping,
years.
so
You're gonna collapse in 4 years trying to still do this. I'm letting you know now, bud.
well, listen, we'll see where I'm in 4 years because I figure there's only 2 possibilities.
Yeah. 100%. I'm not gonna name them. We know them. We'll back them up.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in. From me, Hunter, we had, I believe, Mag and Hippie on the observation and production, respectively. So from all of us here at CGL, we wish you a wonderful night.
Deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. 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 I'm so caught in this, but so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall.
Our inside here, you get an insight and you know something, but you don't want to say it out loud because you're kind of afraid that it's not going to be really true and it'll spoil the whole thing for you, But when somebody makes you say it, then